Hey guys, Quicksilver Gaming here, bringing you another episode of Ultimate General American Civil War. This is episode 30 of our Union Let's Play, and we are on to the Battle of Gettysburg, which I would argue is probably the most famous battle of the American Civil War. It's definitely the bloodiest battle. Not the bloodiest single day, but it was a 3-day battle, and over 50,000 casualties between the two sides occurred during this battle, making it the bloodiest battle of the Civil War. I would also argue it's sort of the turning point or the climax of the Civil War. The Confederates up until this point had really been putting pressure on the Union for sure, winning a lot of major key battles, or even if the Union did technically win a battle, they really didn't accomplish their goals per se, and this was, Lee pushing into Northern Territory and really putting the pressure on the Union. After this battle, the Confederates never pushed back into the North again, and yeah, things just didn't go Lee's way. This is definitely considered one of Lee's, or I would say it is considered Lee's worst loss of the Civil War, and yeah, the Confederates just weren't the same. Unfortunately for the war lasted another 21 months after this battle, so pretty disgusting, all things told. More lives lost. This American Civil War, just absolutely monstrous casualties during the war. Very bloody war. You can just see some of these battles. I mean, the Battle of Antietam stood as the single bloodiest day in American history, and it still stands as the single bloodiest day in American history. And you think the Americans fought at the end of World War I, and they fought in World War II. They fought in the Korean War, Vietnam War, the War of 1812, which, kind of a small, tiny war, but yeah, this definitely a bloody war. Anyways, we can bring 3 corps to this battle, and you can see here, we're allowed to take 25 brigades in a corps, but you can't take 25 brigades in a corps. You can only take 24 when you're maxed out. So we have 24 of 25 in 3 corps. And all 3 corps are basically the same. We'll also be bringing about 80,000 soldiers, because if you pull these guys out of here, we have just under 2,800 soldiers under General Buford. It says cavalry, and they will be holding the Confederates at the beginning. So this 3 corps, they have, I would say, 80,000 soldiers, and then bringing 151 guns. I think Buford maybe has 7 pieces of artillery there, so we are bringing, math is really hard, 144 guns. I believe that is 12 artillery brigades of 12 guns. Let's take a quick look at the map. I do want to preface this with, in the YouTube series, the Battle of Chancellorsville was absolutely horrific in terms of the casualties we took. And I tried building this army a million times, a million different ways, and I couldn't build it. So I had to do something drastic, and I recommend for you guys, you can kind of look at sort of my save files here. I have save files like 2nd Winchester, pre-2nd Winchester, Chancellorsville Day 3, Chancellorsville, pre-Chancellorsville. Like, I save a lot in this game, and the reason for that is, just because you win a battle doesn't mean you're going to win the war. It's that, old adage, like a Pyrrhic victory, or Pyrrhic, depending upon where you are in the world, where you've taken so many casualties that it's really hard for your army to move forward, and that was Chancellorsville for us. So unfortunately, I went back off camera and redid Chancellorsville, which meant I had to redo Salem Church and redo 2nd Winchester, and we had a much better time at Chancellorsville. You can see here, we only lost 14,500 infantry. We lost somewhere around 20,000 the first time we played Chancellorsville. And it was because we were a little too aggressive on Day 3. Not necessarily too aggressive, we just were too reckless. And so I did have to replay this. I want to disclose that for those of you that are like, your army looks like a little bit different. I just want to disclose, I don't think I could have really continued on the campaign with how bad we took it during the Battle of Chancellorsville. Here you can see an army that I'm proud of. I feel like this is a nice looking army All of our infantry brigades are over 1,200 men. We have some larger ones in the 1900s, some in the 1500s, and we just have a more well-rounded army. All three of our corps look like this, where we've got some larger brigades, and then a bunch of like mid-tier brigades, these 1500s, and then the rest are these 1200s. And I believe we also have like 5 3-star regiments now, because we did so much better at Chancellorsville. Every corps has 4 artillery. We have a bunch of 24-pounders in here. We have a 20-pounder Parrot Brigade, and then we have our Silver Snipers. These guys I'm feeling a little bit more confident with. At Chancellorsville, they had some really nice kill-to-death ratios. 2 losses for 650 kills. At Stones River, previously, they had 20 losses for 641. So I was a little iffy on these guys, per se, because they're really expensive, but I think if you know where to place them, they can definitely do some pretty decent damage. So First Corps has our 2 skirmisher cavalry, and then Second Corps, exact same thing except it has 2 melee cavalry in there. And then Third Corps, same thing with 2 melee cavalry, but the cannons are a little bit different because I'm starting to run out of cannons. So we have a 24-pounder, a 14-pounder James, and then 2 of the 20-pounder Parrots. And then we spent the reputation on, I think it was Springfield 1861s. I think it was like 3,000 of them. And then it was somewhere around like 18 or 16 Parrot guns for 20 reputation, so we spent that there. So we're down to 43. I believe we gain 30 at Gettysburg. 4th Corps is a shell because we can't take 4th Corps to the battlefield. So I've given them the like a low-ranked brigadier general and then really low-ranked colonels, so I could take all of those generals. For our armory, you can see we're nearly empty on just about everything. We don't have much left in the armory. We have a tiny bit of cash left over. That'll probably go to resupply what supply we used during this battle. And then we've used all of our generals. We have some colonels left over and some majors left over. There's not really anything left over here. There's lieutenant colonels. And then we did have a major general wounded in, was it 2nd Winchester? No, it was Chancellorsville. We had a major general wounded at Chancellorsville. And then unfortunately 2 of our colonels that I was trying to level up at 2nd Winchester, they were wounded. So that was rather unfortunate there. But that's what it's looking like. This is what our career points look like. So 10 politics, 4 economy, 10 medicine, 8 training, 9 army organization, 4 logistics, and 2 reconnaissance. So this is where we are. Let's dive right on into the battle. This intro's already going a little long. I apologize for that. I'll let you know that Gettysburg will just do day 1 as an episode, and then we'll see if day 2 and 3 combine into one, or if we have to do 3 episodes. But day 1 should be about an hour, maybe like an hour 15 minutes or so. So this is what we're taking. Battle of Gettysburg, 1st of July, 1863. We are pursuing General Lee in Pennsylvania, trying to stop his army from foraging inside Union territory. Allowing the Confederates to devastate our lands for a long time will have a very negative impact for our government, which receives extreme political pressure to end the war. Meanwhile, Cavalry Commander Brigadier General Buford is skirmishing with Confederate infantry advancing toward the town of Gettysburg. It sounds like an opportunity to attack portions of Lee's army before it assembles. Our forces operating in the region are summoned to rendezvous at Gettysburg and deal with the Confederate threat. So let's get started. Here we are on the outskirts of Gettysburg. A Confederate division of about 7,500 soldiers is marching toward the town of Gettysburg. Their intentions are unknown, but possibly they are seeking to loot the town for supplies and shoes. And shoes was the key thing here. It's Heath or Heth. I think it's pronounced Heath. It's spelt Heth. But he heard that there were shoes in the town of Gettysburg, and the Confederates, you know, throughout the war, they really suffered with supplies. They didn't have the industrial manpower that the North had, so things like shoes and uniforms and hats and all of those simple things that you don't really think about in war, the Confederates didn't have, so Something like a stockpile of shoes was really important to them. General Buford's cavalry has delayed their advance. He has now decided to defend the ridges west of the town, slowing down the enemy until reinforcements arrive. And really, Buford taking a nice position on the outskirts of town really stopped the Confederates from gaining, Cemetery Hill, really, which is basically the high ground that the Union creates the linchpin, or it is the linchpin of their defense, I should say. They create this big giant like fish hook, and that really is the linchpin of it all. So if the enemy secures the high ground south of the town, it'll be highly dangerous to attack them, which the Union makes sure to take control of. Our army is marching from the south, and our units will soon reach our positions in about an hour from Emmitsburg Road. The rest of the army is heading our way and is expected to arrive from Taneytown Road. And I believe we just saw Big Round Top and Little Round Top all the way down there, which is the end of the fishhook. Hold the Confederate marauders and don't let them capture the high ground. So the very beginning of the battle, we're going to do a quick little pause. You guys know I don't really like pausing during real-time strategy games, but at the very beginning, I think it is perfectly fine just to get out of these terrible deployment positions that the game likes to put you in. So we'll grab these guys, put them in their barricades, Buford over here, and hopefully this will do what I want it to do. We have to hold out for reinforcements. Buford did a great job holding this this area here until First Corps of Reynolds arrived. And Reynolds' First Corps, very good corps. I believe it's mostly, well, not mostly, but it had the Iron Brigade. I believe it was a bunch of Wisconsin boys. I could be wrong there. I know the Reynolds himself was not a Wisconsin boy. But let's continue moving forward. Let's dismount the cavalry. So what we have here is a bunch of skirmishers and then 2 cavalry. The cavalry, you know, they are what they are. Ooh, that's interesting. They're pushing out that way a little bit. Let's see if we can get these guys to stop roughly on the river. I'm a little nervous if they push up our center hard. I do have our flanks more secure. Okay, let's see what is going on over here. Might need you guys to move up. You guys move up. So they're pushing a little. I think I'm fine with how they're pushing. I think this is okay. Can you guys hold? Oh, that's perfect. Can you guys now hit them? I need to remember skirmishers you can put on a hold order, and it stops them from, well, skirmishing. Okay, so somebody's wounded. We need these guys to actually move back a little. Alright, over there. That was really good. That's two units that routed. Yeah, see, they skirmished. I forgot to put them on hold. So I wonder, can we hit their flanks? That would be great. Let's move you guys over here. Nope, let's quit doing that. You guys are holding perfect. Hold. That'll be great if you guys can do that. Their guns fire further than ours. Okay, that might actually be a problem, now I think about it. They broke, unfortunately. These guys, I don't mind them running around. Actually, you guys got a little too close, now I think about it. You all need to mount up again and push back into the center. You guys are a little too close. You guys need to dismount. They routed. Not great. You guys need to stay over here. Are they charging forward? I'm not entirely sure. Reinforcements have arrived. As I said, historically, this is Reynolds and the First Corps. We'll do a little pause in a moment as the reinforcements come onto the battlefield. You guys are taking taking some serious casualties over here. That's just, as they move on, let's have them run. Okay, you guys can dismount now. Have you all push into a position over here. These guys, unfortunately, not doing well, so you probably need to fall back to about there. Oh, they just took a nasty volley. And then let's do a quick pause, because I think a lot of our units are where I want them to be. So the 12-pounders are not where I want them to be, but onto the battlefield. Maybe not yet. Alright, I do want some skirmishers, and then you guys need to run, dismount, or not dismount, break off your skirmishers, run, and break off skirmishers, and I think this is where we need to do some pausing. So, what do we have going on the battlefield over here? You guys probably grab that ground over there, grab there. Let's have you run back. Caliph, you're not in a good position. Now I think about it. Gamble, hopefully you guys can get out of there. And you guys can run back and run back. Hopefully that is a bunch of running. A rear flanked, that might... Caliph is in trouble, but we really need these guys to get out of here. That's the big thing. Okay, so how do I want these forces? I would like, let's place you guys up on this hill. Probably should have moved them earlier. Yeah, up on this hill would be fantastic. And then these units over here, like so. That would be great. And then we need skirmishers. So we have Greyhound, Screaming Eagle, and Northern Wall, which is these guys over here. And then these skirmishers over here need to go over here. And that's basically the plan. So hopefully they move up. I didn't mean for them to move up like so. Hopefully we can get across the battlefield without taking flanking fire. That'll be a pretty big key here, because if we take flanking fire, that'll be bad, but I think we're good. I have to see where these all of this infantry takes position. Actually, Gamble, can you guys get out of there, and this Gamble get out of there? Because they're cavalry, I can run them around the battlefield. That is one thought I just had. And then these guys, yeah, let's place them over here. Okay, they're theoretically holding up over there. Looks like our units might get into position in time. That'd be fantastic if they do. And then we just need things like, so Greyhound skirmishers, where are these guys going? Caliph rear flanked, unfortunately. Looks like our condition might be getting a little rough. But I think Buford is holding out well enough. Alright, so Gamble, I wanted you guys over here. Okay, well, they broke already, so that's not good. Let's push you guys a little bit forward, and then push you guys a little bit forward. Same with these guys here. And then we just need... I would actually like them over here. They can hold... I think things are kind of working out. So I learned a trick from Panda Kraut in the Ultimate General Forum, or Discord. If you place your unit, your skirmishers on top of the unit that they come from, and then hit hold, it actually works out really well. Not entirely sure how this is looking. Gamble, let's push you guys out over here Oh, see, I forgot to hit hold. Oh no, they're shifting though. I didn't want them to shift. And then Gamble, I want you guys back up over here. I don't know if this tactic works from what he told me. We'll have to see if it works. Those guys could just go into there, and then you guys can go hit that flank. Hit hold on all of that. Move these guys up over here, and let's just make sure nobody's... Yeah, it looks like... Oh, that's not what I meant. Okay. Okay, Gamble's guys, they did break off, unfortunately. We'll probably have Screaming Eagles, Skirmishers, now I think about it, move over here. And then Greyhound, they can move there. Gamble will try to move back into position when we can. But I think this is starting to pay off and work. We just need to make sure that this flank here doesn't do anything crazy, and then we'll continue moving about. But I think this is looking pretty good. So let's put Screaming Eagles on top of them and do the hold thing. So shout out to Panda Kraut for saying that this is a really good strategy. At first it may seem a little bit cheesy, but if you think about how skirmishers work, they're usually a company or so from a regiment, or companies from brigades that are, you know, dedicated skirmishers, and they sort of sit out a little bit further than the rest and skirmish. So with the scale of this game, you can't properly do that, but I think it's fine how it works in this game. So we'll just push these guys. They don't seem to like to sit in their position for too long. Gamble's, you know, Gamble is taking a beating, but I think we're doing well. Just realized there's a unit up over here, so we'll make sure they move in. This group over here is great because they can really hit the flanks. A couple more reinforcements arriving, should probably be the rest of 2nd Division. And then more Confederate reinforcements look to be on the way. Additional Confederate divisions approach from the west. It seems that the Army General Lee is massing to attack us. So I did want to touch upon... I'm not the biggest historical buff, but I feel like I probably know a little bit more history than your average Joe. In this battle, Lee did not want to attack. This was not where Lee wanted to take the battle to the Union. And unfortunately, with how his army engaged the enemy, he was left with no choice. So eventually he, you know, in the movie Gettysburg, he says, attack, 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 and sends out those orders to all of his corps commanders, divisional commanders, and the like. But that was not what Lee wanted to happen. That was... Come on, break Archer. Doesn't look like we're breaking Archer. And Archer really got in there. Okay. That's fine. Except for the Greyhounds charging out. There we go. Make sure you guys need to turn back into position is the only thing. So Caliph is out of ammo. I really wasn't paying attention to what was going on over here as I was concentrating on the battlefield right there. So let's grab these two and have them, well, I thought I grabbed two. Okay, Illinois and Flying Colors. Keep wanting to say Flying Circus. Their name is not my favorite name that I came up with. Actually, I think what we should do is Illinois should go up over here, and Flying Colors should go over here. That's probably the better plan. We'll have them run, and then Hellcats and Wolverines, you also need to run, but I think you need to move and support over here. Now, one thing I'm noticing is that my cannons are taking a pretty bad beating, so I probably need to shift this line up just a little, and that way the cannons are are just out of range of their cannons, and that'll stop, well, I shouldn't say just out of range. They'll be a little further back from our units that are being hit by cannons, and hopefully that fixes the problem of our cannons taking so much damage. It might not, but it is a thought there. So you guys need to move up. Okay, and then let's end the pausing there. This looks like it's going all right. All right, so New York skirmishers need to hold now. Nope, second to none. This is the problem with this tactic. It's a lot of micro to get your skirmishers to hold into position. As you can see, these skirmishers don't really like what they're doing. But hopefully that stops these cannons from taking more and more casualties, because that is a problem that we're having at the moment. Let's see if they can hit over there. And then this is great. So Greyhound, let's move your skirmishers on top of your unit. Let's actually move you forward a little. And then Greyhound, your skirmishers go on top. And then as soon as they're on top, we hit the hold button. And then Flying Colors do the exact same thing, but place them on top. And hold. Okay. Now we need this 24-pounder. So actually what I want to do is move Caliph there. And I want to move this 24-pounder over here. And then reattach. Oh wait, not Northern Wall. That was a mistake on my part. I wanted to replace a 2-star regiment, so let's get these skirmishers in place, then hold. Screaming Eagles, attach, retreat out, and Illinois, you take their spot. I said retreat out? Oh. I was hitting the wrong button. Screaming Eagle's like, quit yelling at me, I'm doing what you want. Okay, detach out your skirmishers. Skirmishers sit there. And then once they're in position, we will hit hold. Perfect. I think this is looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. And then over here, let's go put Wolverines in place of the Colonials. Maybe Hellcats also need to shift out over there. And then the Colonials can be more of a reserve. What is that? Oh, those are retreating skirmishers. Okay. I was really worried for a moment. We had a Brigadier General wounded. Fortunately, it's the Colonials. So, not good. Let's reattach their skirmishers. And then get them out of there. And then Wolverine... I'd say you're fresh, but you just ran across the entire battlefield. But for the purposes of this, you're fresh. And then Colonials will shift down over there. Actually, Colonials should probably stay right here now I think about it, because that is a lot of men over there. Let's wait for Wolverines. You're not in the position I asked you to go into. So please shift just a little. They're really not positioning how I want them to go. Okay. Perfect. Detach your skirmishers, push your skirmishers right there. This is definitely a very micro-intensive way of doing things. And the skirmishers are a little... they're really finicky. Okay, so Hellcats. I would like you guys to move up. And then, if you guys go into there, you guys retreat out. And then if you guys move up, that should be good. There's a lot of units grouped up over here, and I'm a little worried about it. Are they in position? And then Hellcat skirmishers, get up over there. Gamble, get out of there. And then Hellcat skirmishers look like they're in position. Alright. Gamble, move up this way. The more hits we can do on their flank, the better. And over here, I mean, this is just going really well over here, to be honest. So I think we have kind of secured the first part of day one. The second part of day one gets a little hairy. What do we have? We have 2 cavalry regiments and the skirmishers over there, and then some more skirmishers over here. I'd love to go harass their artillery. It would be so cool if we could do that. And since we've got Buford's guys, maybe we will go do that. Let's mount you guys up. Let's go place you over here. And go run you over here. Because we have these guys out on the flank. And then we have really good placement. Don't shoot the... I don't think you can kill the general. Shooting their infantry is the better choice. So let's run... I'm fine doing this with Buford's men, unfortunately. Because just Buford's men are the ones that... They don't matter very much. And it's a absolutely terrible thing to say, but it's true. Yeah, I think this cavalry can roll up. Well, we'll have to see what this infantry regiment does, because that infantry brigade is moving over. Now, we've shattered a couple of them, which is really good. But if we can get some sneaky hits on their infantry, or on their cavalry, that would be perfect. Okay, you need to blast them. Yeah, so they're bringing some infantry this way. Hopefully they change their mind, because our guys are now hidden. And I wonder, can Keeliff hit these guys? I would love if the 5th Alabama, which look like their skirmishers, broke. That would be really nice. Not broke, shattered. Yeah, so they're moving infantry this way. Rather interesting. Also kind of annoying. Things are definitely quiet. We put a pounding... No, don't fire... Fire at that big unit. Are you in range? And then can you hit... Quit hitting their general. It doesn't do anything. I mean, it might do something, but it really doesn't do anything. Okay, so they're really looking for this cavalry, which is interesting. So we'll move this cavalry away. These guys might have sneaked perfectly. I don't know if the 5th Alabama is shattered or not. I can't see them anymore. And then this is interesting. They're charging up. I wonder if our guys will hold. Come on, just shoot them. Oh, that was nasty. Okay, retreat out of there. Yeah, this is fine if they want to go running across the entire battlefield. And then more reinforcements on the way. So this is probably the tricky part of the battle, though. Because good news, the rest of our core reinforcements have just arrived. We expect more troops late in the evening. So we have to hold the ridges today with what we have. There was fighting in the town of Gettysburg, but you don't really hear about it per se. Cemetery Hill becomes sort of the focal point of the battle. So, with good news, the really bad news is that more Confederate forces are coming from the north. I believe it's Ewell's Corps, which, yeah, so northeast, their divisions of Ewell's Corps and threaten to flank our army. So, we have to keep that in mind. Can we do something to hit those pieces of artillery? Would be fantastic. So we need to think about pulling our men back. That is something... It doesn't look like we've received our reinforcements yet. Let's just get one good volley off over there, and then retreat out of there. And then move these guys out over here. So Gamble, Devon... Oh gosh. They did not like that. Okay, get out of there! Which might be the distraction we need to pull our forces back. Now I think about it. Our reinforcements have arrived, so I need to take note of what is going on the battlefield over here. I'm really just, I want to mess up their artillery. I think, is it best? I think we need to pull back really to Cemetery Ridge. This is something I always tell, I usually say it in my videos. This game wants you to do stuff that doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. So, I don't know if you can see in the top right-hand corner. So it says contested McPherson Ridge, hold Oak Ridge, hold Seminary Ridge, and hold Cemetery Hill. Only one of those are an actual objective of the scenario, which is Cemetery Hill. We have to hold Cemetery Ridge, South Cemetery Ridge, Culp's Hill, and Little Round Top. This is Cemetery Hill here. So this is really our only objective that we have to hold, and I think we will retreat our forces to Cemetery Hill and basically hold this line over here. So this is 3rd Divisions. They're a little bit more elite. Maybe we'll do something like, we'll do something more like this. Maybe a little bit further forward. You can actually see some barricades over here from the next map. But we need to start pulling our troops out of this position. We do also have some micro that we need to work on, but let's start pulling. So Hellcat skirmishers, Wolverine skirmishers, New York skirmishers, and second to none skirmishers need to start pulling back. This 24-pounder needs to get out of here. And then over here, probably can't pull back just yet. But we could probably pull back with Hellcats and Colonials for sure. And we'll give them a run order. And then these guys here can take that place. They're the only ones. Yeah. Okay. And then move over here. Looks like they got bored, so that's perfect. Okay, there's Davis. So we should have free reign to their artillery that's like right over here. Because I believe Davis was the group. And then, oh, charge, guys. Charge. Oh my gosh, come on. Get into melee with them. No. That works. Yep, okay. Sometimes you have to force the unit onto them, and then that works that way. So how's this going over here? Can we, if we pull these guys onto the flank over there, will that work? I would love to just absolutely destroy that artillery over there. Yeah, and that flank... Okay, perfect. So, I think we can pull back Wolverines now. Quicksilver can move down the line. Oh, did we... The skirmishing cav decided to stop skirmishing. Got it. So the problem with having skirmishing cav as opposed to melee cav is they're panicky. They definitely panic all the time. But I would really love if that artillery disappeared. It would be absolutely phenomenal. So let's grab all of you guys, pull you over here, pull these 24-pounders over here, and then I do need to figure out what to do with that. So I think we lost a cavalry, unfortunately, but they did their job. We have those guys back there. I'm fine with that. And then, yeah, this is... I wonder, can Quicksilver move over here? I need to pull out. That is one of the problems. If I grab this artillery, have them start moving. Artillery is one of the slower things. Okay, they actually lived somehow. Looks like that went away. Can you guys move onto their flank and hit them? Okay, perfect. Not great still. Let's move Screaming Eagles back. I'm trying to figure out, do I want... Maybe I want to push a little bit further forward with my army. I'm not entirely sure where I want everybody to go. Like right at the tip of town might be okay, and then we can put this 24-pounder over here. But I wonder, can we... They're all on run. They shattered. I feel like you guys need to retreat now. And I feel like you guys can retreat now. So, this is sort of an all-out retreat at the moment. And we're trying to coordinate it as best as possible. Of course, that's easier said than done at times. But that is the plan at the moment, is to get the heck out of Dodge. And I need to make sure all of these guys are running. And pull back. We'll see if the Confederates kind of figure out what we're doing. But that is the plan. Looks like we caught them. Can we go hit them? Because that'll distract them too if we, you know, if we hit their stuff from behind. Grab you guys, pull you over here, and then, yeah, as I said, this is just a general retreat. Well, it's not a general retreat, it's a tactical withdrawal. Okay. There should be artillery out here, and if we can hit that artillery, that'll be fantastic. That's a lot of artillery. Ooh. We did rout some of it, though. They've got one infantry regiment over there. Man, if we can... We routed that one. There are some infantry over there we have to be careful of. But this is great if we can mess up their stuff. All right. I think I need to... I think we're okay over here. Oh, we need to hit this artillery. They're not routing. Perfect. I think we're routing all of their artillery. And now they're running back infantry, which is perfect once again. Let's figure out our line. So 1st Division, I think we could do something... If we did something like this... yeah, like that? I need to go a little bit... like that. And then 2nd Division, this is where Total War has an advantage over Ultimate General, is the spacebar key that you have access to in Total War would be so great right about now. I would absolutely love it. Okay, you guys, go sit on those out over there. It'll give you some idea of what's going on. Is their infantry still out there? I think their artillery went that way. This might get a little bit boring just because... trying to figure out what to do. It says there's somebody out here. Oh, okay, that was bad. Fall back, fall back, fall back. Go into this tree line. Now they're cannons, but to be fair, if their cannons attack Buford's men, I'm perfectly fine with that. That is acceptable to me. So I think we need to make this line a little bit more like so. Okay, sure, you guys can move all the way down there. Sometimes it's best not to fight it. Let's move this 24-pounder over here, 10-pounder over here, 24-pounder a little bit further back into town, and then Force needs to do his thing. I need some skirmishers out over here. Maybe. Depends, really depends what the Confederates plan to do. We gave them, we really put a hurt on them. That is for sure. I think, so you guys pretty hurt. Second to none has, they could definitely have skirmishers. Okay, well that's good to see. Maybe, actually, more like that. That might be a little bit better. The rebels are attacking from all sides. Are you sure about that? The rebels are attacking from all directions. Our main objective is to hold Cemetery Hill, where we're going to withdraw when night falls. This high ground can keep us safe until the rest of our army arrives tomorrow. So, 3 more hours. As I said, this is probably quite a lengthy battle. So let's push you guys onto there, and then you guys can hit hold. Northern Wall, you have a bunch of men, so might move you up. Probably time for you guys to fall back. As I said, I'm a little worried about that gap. I can fill it with skirmishers. Do our little tactic here. Oh, no, I hit the wrong button. Whoops. Okay, Gamble and you. Actually, I would like Northern Wall, now I think about it, to go more into the center. And then you guys over here, I'm not, well, I say, I'm not worried about over here, and then suddenly some more Confederates appear. But I think, oh man, can we hit them while they're in the river? That would be so fantastic if we could shatter them while they're in the river. They're no longer in the river. That artillery might hit us. Can you guys hit them? You guys hit them from the rear. They're flanked. Oh, they shattered. That was worth a try. Okay, I would actually like Northern Wall where Flying Colors is. Illinois, get your skirmishers. And place them about there. And hold. You guys can go about here. Alright, push you guys up just a little. No, Northern Wall, what are you doing? Oh, because I didn't move these guys away. Somebody made a funny comment, one of mine, like, they put a timestamp and me going, what are you doing? Which is Quicksilver's most utilized phrase. A lot of times the what am I doing, or what are you doing, is user error on my part, but my brain thinks that the AI should be maybe a little bit better than it is. One thing I wish, it'll never happen, as I said, this game's older, devs have moved past it, there's bugs that need to be fixed. The JMP mod does its best to try and fix some of those bugs. Oh boy. That is a big regiment. We just had a Brigadier General killed? Crap. Who was it? Green Mountain? You just lost a Brigadier General? What an unlucky hit. Really unfortunate there. But I think... No, shoot. Ugh, drawing. I just want to turn... Okay, whatever, force. Are these guys dead? They're almost dead. You probably need to retreat out of there even further. Feel bad for Buford's men, but they're not mine, so oh well. Wow, what is Green Mountain taking all these casualties from? Holy cow. That is crazy. I feel like I need to pull this flank back. Those are my more elite men, and they just absolutely getting smashed by, I guess, artillery? There's no way Avery did that much damage. 408 deaths for Green Mountain. That's really bad. Alright, let's detach some skirmishers over here. Green Mountain, you're already doing terrible. That's really unfortunate. And then pull you guys back a little. We'll just have skirmishers hold that side. So we have 3 hours of this. We'll see how this goes. Okay, that's better. So the enemy has artillery out there somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where. I wish I had more skirmishers out there. If I was a little bit better with them, that would have been nice. Wounded in action, not great for sure. Over here, I mean, they're kind of pushing up, but nothing really. Actually, I would like Greyhounds to shift just a little. There's skirmishers to go about there. And hold. And these guys. And move up and hold. Okay. I feel like our defensive position is pretty good. Could always be better. I wonder, can you guys hit that unit there? They look pretty weak. Force, just keep doing the rounds. Quicksilver, you need to be up here, and Buford, you need to be up here. Probably something I need to be a lot better with is my generals. You know what, Green Mountain, go over to Cemetery Hill. You guys have done terrible this battle. I don't appreciate how bad you've done. There's cannons right there. They're about to shoot us. I wonder if they will get a nasty shot off. Let's see. Now they can't see us. Perfect. It's like a covert unit behind enemy lines. I feel like we're doing pretty well over here. This 24-pounder could probably move forward just a little. That unit's sitting in the water, which is stupid. AI needs to do better there. There's the 253 men of Davis that we lost. Two of our skirmishers trying to take them out. Alright, go hit them now. Just this, you know, cat and mouse game of shooting their artillery. I love that there's 3 artillery brigades all the way back here. It's absolutely phenomenal, because that's 3 artillery brigades that are not pummeling my lines. Yeah, this is looking good. I might need to start speeding things up. I'll put it on a little bit. We'll make it a little bit faster. Okay, they they ran all that way and they're shattered. Okay, see if you guys can once again harass them. The longer those stay out of the battle, the better. I feel like Cemetery Hill doesn't really give much. Maybe I'm a little bit crazy here. Alright, hit them. They're in the water. That means extra damage for them. They should break pretty easily, to be honest. Okay, now hit Daniel because he's getting in the water. Extra damage for them. Interesting this battle, there's a lot of 1 stars and 2 stars from the Confederates as opposed to the crazy amount of 3 stars. I really like that. One of my issues with this game is the scaling is really unrealistic. Like at Chancellorsville, we defeated, 52,000 men or whatever it was. And the Confederates, regain a giant elite army, and it's like, well, I know this game's not realistic. Oh, they're... Ah, run! Oh no, they snuffed out our covert operations. Get out of there. Oh, this is bad. Can we get a sneaky shot on them? And then run! Rear flanked, they're probably shattered. They're probably gone. They did a good job. What was I saying? I was saying something about scaling. This game does a thing where... Oh shoot. Northern Wall retreated. The Northern Wall's taking some nasty damage, but it is your duty to be there in the line. They must have a lot of artillery out there. Just have them hit the guys in the river, always does more. So the scaling, yeah, you kill a giant army and then the enemy comes back with this other giant army and you're just kind of sitting there like, what was the point of me defeating all of their men? When you want to think about it that way. There we go. I like that. Ooh, those skirmishers took a dent right there, but I think this is fine. Keep hitting everybody. So the long story is I really enjoy this where there's like 1 and 2 stars as opposed to a fresh army of all 3 stars. Because you're kind of sitting here as a player like, well, how do you have any veterans left? Brigadier General Wade Scales is wounded. This is unfortunate. You really need to get out of day 1. Unfortunately, they probably have... Oh, we still have guys over here. Is there any artillery over here that we can harass? But yeah, I mean, so many casualties. It's just... The enemy shouldn't have 3 stars, and... If they want to do the scaling thing for... If they want to do the scaling thing for difficulty level, I totally get it, but the enemy shouldn't be receiving veterans from the scaling. They should be receiving more green units. At least it's definitely how I feel about it. Let's move you guys up. Hold. I don't want to be in the water. That's the only problem here. Looks like that should be fine. No, that's bad. Crap. I don't know how to form this line right here. Let's do a lot of finagling around. Whatever, we'll just move our skirmishers forward and they should be able to deal some damage to them. Wow, how has Northern Wall taken that many casualties? What on earth? Okay, is this just a really bad position right here? They must have a lot of artillery, thankfully proceeding to next day. Holy cow. Northern Wall took a monstrous beating there. I believe Northern Wall... I'll have to go in the camp. But anyways, that was day 1. Hopefully that wasn't too long. We're going to definitely have day 1 be its own episode. Probably day 2 be its own episode. Man, we lost 8,000 men on day 1. Whew. I mean, about 2,800 of that was Buford's men, unfortunately. But still a lot of casualties in the grand scheme of things for our men. And yeah, Northern Wall, wow, what a beating they took. I think they had 1,900 men to start with. Colonials, Green Mountains. So, I mean, First Corps, our more elite units, well, except for Green Mountain. Ugh, jeez. Well, let's replace their commanders for sure. We definitely need to do that. So, apply, and apply. So, what is our barracks? Oh, we can't go into our barracks, unfortunately. Well, yeah, we can. Oh no, we can't see it there. It would be nice to see a running total of the casualties. That has lost 2 guns, unfortunately. We don't have any in the armory. It took all of our money into supply. So we lost 3 guns. And 1st Division, which they were more raw, so, you know, like, that was their job, was to take casualties. A little rough, but could have definitely been worse. I feel like it must have been their artillery that did all of that damage. It'll be really interesting to see the after-action report. Anyways, that's it for day 1 of Gettysburg. Next episode will be day 2 of Gettysburg. Let me know what you think. Please like, comment, subscribe, all of that YouTube jazz. If you ever want a unit named after you, or you have an idea for a name of a unit, just mention in the comments below, or join my Discord, which is in the link below. And I have a thread in there for unit name ideas, because you can see I'm running out of unit name ideas. I'm just naming units like Illinois, because I have no idea whatsoever now. So that is it for today's episode. As always, guys, until next time.